Herman Cain, but we didn't get any. We didn't get any of those. You know why? Because I told you the press is going to rig this election. I told you this last year. Remember? I said you watch. The news media is going to force feed us Mitt Romney. That's exactly what happened. They force feed us Mitt Romney. Is what they did.
You're exactly right.
They force fed us Mitt Romney.
If people weren't such people and they actually did their homework, we'd probably have a different outcome.
This is why we got the alternative resources out here. This is why you have us, the Patriot Conservative Tea Party Network, Darcy. This is why you have us out there.
There you go.
And we predicted this last year, remember? We said this on our network. So you watch. The news media will force feed us Mitt Romney. Remember, we said that on his network. Remember, Darcy?
I do. So here we are. What are we going to do about it, though? How are you planning to educate people? What's your plan, Mark?
Well, just get the word out there and continue to fight, because they're taking Facebook and Twitter. They're blocking our links. They're blocking our videos out there. Anything we put out there. But now, here's our secret weapon. We have YouTube videos now. We're actually doing. So we're doing video production work. I'm a photographer. I'm a fully licensed photographer. But now I'm also a video editor now too as well.
Well, that's excellent. And I think that the media is actually blocking a lot of things happening, not only here in America, but also around the world. I think Americans, I think are pretty silly at this point to believe we have such, a free media that reports on everything. We truly don't.
Right.
I think I can get more stories out of Canada than I can out of our own mainstream media here in the United States. If you've heard about it, probably only through Facebook and social media, there's major protests taking place in Mexico over the recent presidential election, which they believe was completely fraudulent. We haven't heard much on that. If you look around the world, I think the greatest story that we're missing in this country is what's taking place in Iceland. Iceland since 2010 has been a repeat thing. Basically, they've had enough of their central bankers, just like the Federal Reserve here in America.
In Greece too. Greece as well. In Greece as well. Yeah, I know. In Greece too. Remember?
So just like they have a central bank here in America, they have a central bank. They have a